Okay, I'll bring you up to date. Electrolysis. It's the cast iron. This is a cast iron tank for the hanging maytag, and I put it in that electrolysis and cleaned it very good, very good. And I primed it very heavily with that there. I hear the train in the neighborhood this evening. I think it's after 6 o'clock. Yeah, for sure. I think that train's getting ready to leave. I think it's been sitting on the siding all afternoon, waiting for a passing train to go by, and I think that train went by, and now this one right here is getting ready to depart. And oh, it'll be a traffic jam up there, royal traffic jam. It don't bother me none, but some folks gets quite peeved at it. But it don't bother me. I don't live on that side of the tracks. I think that has a lot to do with it. It's only 2 exits from over yonder coming over. This is a comment that was left not too long ago. Was, why did I fool with these old engines? You know what I mean? Why did I do this? Maytag twin cylinder multi-motor model 72. The Freedom stand engine, couple of comments was let's get it back on the workbench, and it is. Today's project is to get a little primer on all of this bare metal. Already started on a couple of parts there. Everything was brought down to bare metal condition. It's time to carry on. It's time to get this engine under paint. Kinda info. The tanks coated. The bottom part here has cream fuel tank coating in it, and the top part has the Eastwood brand fuel tank coating applied to it. Both of these were parts that was left in the bottle from a prior project, just enough to do each one of these. And I have used both products a few times before. I've used a lot of cream in years past. Eastwood is kind of new to me. I found out as a user, I found out that the Eastwood, they appear to be the same product, but the Eastwood is thinner. The cream is a much thicker product. Just for information only. The 1015 getting ready to make the crossing. Got that primer on that there model 72. Now that Freedom stand engine there. Now we'll get a little black on it today. We're gonna put some of that there. That washing machine gray up yonder on that other part. Now let's get on with the project. I sure do wish I had brought out a glass of sweet tea. We may have to take a break and get us a glass of sweet tea. If you don't get anything at all out of this series of videos except this one point, it actually works. It'll save you a lot of sandpaper. Saves money. Anytime you can use less sandpaper, you saving money. And if you have tried it in the past, now I don't own no stock in the company, but I use a lot of their paint, Rust-Oleum. You know, it's priced okay. I'm okay with Rust-Oleum paint prices. I am. But you can fold your paper to find you some sanding grit you ain't used away yet. Fold it, and somebody says, "Oh, you're supposed to go in a straight line sanding around through there." And then somebody else will say, "You're supposed to go orbital. Use orbital sander on it, oscillating even." You know, everyone's got their and just kind of thinking back, thought real quick. One of them old Hutchison straight line sanders, now right there was a money maker in its day. If you was working in the body shop and you had advanced up to the point where you could buy you a Hutchison straight line, a long air sander, a long one, the full sheet. If you had advanced up to the point where you had a Hutchison straight line sander in your box, you know, and you used it every day, it was your go-to too. Well, I was fortunate enough to get one early on. I'm just saying, you know, some probably finds this sanding therapeutic, and it is quite. Now see, if I had an air sander, if I had the palm sander out here, and I was air sanding this right here, there was a little. I'm going to say it was a run. It's gone now. But there was a little lump in the primer. I think I was on the verge of getting a run. Okay, I got it out of there. It's gone now. If I hadn't said nothing about it, nobody would know that. But I told you early on, we'd be truthful about it, you know. So, like I was telling you, this is the cast iron bottom, and there is a difference. If I'd used aluminum type, it's got a great big plug in here, the same size as the feeler, your fuel cap, the same size. But you can actually take that little set screw loose and pull your. You can actually. That's the reason they did that. You can take the check valve out of the bottom of the tank, or if it's the whole thing, take it out as a unit, just drop it out the bottom. You can actually do that on them kind of tanks. But I will probably use Coleman fuel, you know, standard mixture, 30 weight, 9 detergent. Enough said about that. And then after I run it a little bit, I'll. If you take anything away from this, it's the tip that if you would like to sand Rust-Oleum rusty metal primer without it clogging up your sandpaper, and I'm doing this dry, and this is still quite gritty, but it does clog up at a time when it's used up. But if you'll put spot putty on it, even if you don't need it, put it on there, and then you can sand it. Very few applications, and that's the reason I got spot putty on here, is so I can sand that. And I will break out the block on that right there. I don't know what I sanded. I'm gonna put a new piece on there. I don't know what we sanded on that last. It's 220 also. But I think you know, in thinking backwards about this new engine, the prices that everyone's paying for these engines now, man, I guess it's inflation. I think probably it's inflation. Like, you know, they say, if whatever happened years and years and years and years ago, say a bank robbery, and they only stole about. Oh yeah, that's gonna work pretty good. Let's move that over here. I'm gonna set this aside. We'll bolt this on, but I got it coated inside there too. I think definitely. See, the first idea was, when I started this, the first idea was to have this environmental, but you know, that would have been taking the easy way out. Definitely needs some shine to it. And with this flat sander, it sands flat around through there. Oh, I will do some hand work, hand sanding, but not at this time, because right there's a low place and there's a low place. See, we'll fill them up. Okay, this is the same situation, bare metal, with a, I don't know about I think that was about a 60 grit or 50. You know, it was pretty fine. Wasn't all of that slick. And but so you can get a dust by adding that. And that's pretty good on that metal work right there. If y'all remember, just check back a couple of videos how we got this thing up to this point right here. I mean, we've had it laid by for a while, not working on it. You know that. But